Alright, I'm just going to put the URL in the chat room, telekapatrick.com, and welcome everybody to the third webcast for Teleka Patrick. Now this webcast is a chat session. It'll be a bit of me catching you up with what's happened since the last webcast. In regards to Teleka Patrick being missing, we will do 2 prayers. You know, I think that we need to continue to bring as much awareness as possible to Teleka being missing, along with, you know, continuing to put out as much positivity as possible. Because unfortunately, when people go missing, as time goes on, as I've learned actually from this Teleka thing, as time goes on, people stop caring. And it's, you know, just really sad how many people do go missing every year and how many people are just forgotten. So, you know, this is the first time in my life to where I've really paid attention to anyone going missing. I've been so fortunate to where I've never had anyone in my life just disappear. I've known of one girl actually who did disappear when I worked in the, when I first started working in the Los Angeles adult industry. And a friend of mine still carries her stuff around to this day. So, you know, I guess what attracted me to the Teleka Patrick issue is that there's many elements about her that really reminded me a lot of myself. And it's just really disturbed me that, you know, a woman as brilliant as Teleka is, and again, if you want to learn about her, please visit the website that I've built and donated to the cause to find her. Visit www.telekapatrick.com, and I'm just, you know, going to continue posting news items and developments that occur as they do on that website. So let's go ahead and go to the site right now. And since the last webcast, which was, gosh, when did I do the last one? On the 15th. A couple things did happen in regards to her case on the 16th that were brought up in the news. Let me just bring that up real quick. Now, I did see an article that was initially posted on MLive, and this particular article, I'm not passing judgment on it because I think a lot of misinformation has been spewed out in regards to this case by certain parties who might have an interest in Teleka not being found. But the article is titled, Teleka Patrick's siblings knew she moved to Kalamazoo to be closer to Marvin Sapp, tweets show. Now, I don't really think that this was a fair article to write because, or to post or to put out there, because her family's already going through hell, okay? We still don't know if all of those tweets that have been, that people are claiming are Teleka's are indeed really her tweets. The investigator was just on the news last week saying that, you know, those tweets are alleged. So I didn't think that this was a fair article to write. But what I did notice was that Teleka Patrick's brother, Eddie, on Twitter, was approached to do an interview for a follow-up on this article. Of course, there's no way to know if this interview has taken place or not, but I do have the screen cap of someone asking him to do an interview and a bit of back and forth between the reporter and Teleka's brother. So that's screen capped on that entry on telekapatrick.com. So, you know, I'll be very interested to hear the interview, if an interview is put out there by that particular reporter with Teleka's brother. Now there's another article that was posted, and this was from News Channel 3 in Michigan, But this particular article I found interesting because it explored more about who Marvin Sapp is. And for those of you who are not familiar with the case, Marvin Sapp is a man who has accused Teleka Patrick, who, by the way, is a doctor in her first year of medical residency. He's accused her of stalking him. But let's see, it says that wwmt.com, they have started looking a bit at who Marvin Sapp is exactly, because, I mean, this guy is making quite a few very serious allegations, yet he hasn't made a statement to the press in regards to Teleka Patrick, as far as I'm concerned, as of current. You know, he is supposed to be fasting and abstaining from social media until the 26th. But if the 26th comes and goes and there's not any sort of statement from him, especially considering that the investigator has, and that was as of the 16th, actually before that, you know, the public has known that that investigator really would like to talk to Marvin Sapp, but you know, this particular news team, even from WWMT, in their article, they were writing about how they went to Marvin Sapp's church, and again, they were turned away and said that there wouldn't be any comment. Very interesting. You know, you would think that somebody who is open enough to put out a reality show would have no problem making a statement in regards to this poor young woman who is missing. But you know what? Hopefully this, you know, whole Marvin Sapp thing will be cleared up, because there is a team of spiritual warriors who has just come forward, and they have basically put out a challenge to Marvin Sapp, and they will be praying for him to take action in some way, shape, or form, whether it be fundraising or coming forward with information that, you know, potentially has not been told yet. I will read this article to you guys, okay? I saw this on fox17online.com. A prayer group that held a national gathering in Washington, D.C. for missing Kalamazoo doctor Teleka Patrick is now urging well-known Pastor Marvin Sapp to get involved in the fundraising efforts for her. Sapp, a Grammy-winning gospel singer and pastor in Grand Rapids, filed a personal protection order against Patrick, saying that she was stalking him and that she claimed he was her husband. "I'm a national recording artist who Teleka has claimed as her husband," wrote Sapp on the document. He claimed that Teleka Patrick moved to Michigan from California, joined his church, contacted his children, and visited his home. The group, the Pray at the Pump movement, is urging Sapp to prove his Christianity on Martin Luther King Day and hold a fundraiser and publicly pray for Patrick. Quote, "If Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. were alive today and had been stalked by Dr. Teleka Patrick, as has gospel great Marvin Sapp, we believe that he would spend this holiday in a prayerful and forgiving mode for this physician who has been missing since December 5th, 2013, end quote, wrote movement founder Rocky Twyman in a release. I'm going to stop there, and if you want to read this for yourself, but you know what, Rocky? You think just like I do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I hadn't read that article. As far as that part yet until tonight, and it'll be very interesting to see what Marvin Sapp does, because this is an instance of action speaking louder than words. It really is. It really is. Now, as of current, like I said, Marvin Sapp has asked that his congregation and followers abstain from social media until the 26th. You know, that's supposed to be part of their fast. So, we're going to see. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens here. This could go many ways, but I still have faith that Teleka Patrick is alive. I really do. I don't know why, but I just do. I think that she is alive. I'm just not really jumping to any conclusions or hypothesizing anymore as to what really happened. But I guess the message that I want to personally send to Teleka, if she's out there, is that nothing that's happened or that's been brought to light about you or your actions or your choices or anything, none of the things that have happened over the past couple of weeks should ever hinder you from doing anything that you want to do in life. You know, don't feel embarrassed or ashamed or anything about anything that's been said about you, because, you know, I've read the gist of it, as have, you know, quite a few acquaintances and affiliates and associates of mine. And, I mean, first off, I think quite a bit of it was manufactured. But secondly, none of your innermost thoughts, in my opinion, are any wilder than the innermost thoughts of 99% of the people on this planet. Okay? So don't let anyone, you know, make you feel otherwise. You have a lot of people rooting for you, Teleka. You know, as in regards to Teleka Patrick's family, a lot of people are rooting for you too. I don't think that anyone within her family should feel any sense of shame or embarrassment or feeling like they need to hide. I mean, unfortunately, this is one of those situations that's been thrust into the public, and you know, Teleka is, of course, her parents' child, but she's kind of become the child of everyone out there who cares in America and beyond. You know, I feel like she could be my relative. You know, a lot of people do, regardless of their ethnicity or faith or anything. So, you know, that's just a thought that I wanted to send out. But let's go ahead and say the Lord's Prayer together, and let's keep Teleka in our thoughts as we are saying that prayer. And then I want to read again a prayer that I found that pertains to people that are missing, okay? Here we go. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. Forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thy is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Now, let me bring up that other prayer. And I am going to post it tonight. I totally forgot to post it before, but this is such a good prayer for anyone who knows of someone who's gone missing. Let's see, I'm trying to find it. Alright, here it is. Alright. O Blessed Mother and Saint Joseph, you searched when your son Jesus disappeared when he was 12. You would not give up until he was found. You know the pain of having someone missing and the joy of finding them as you found your son. Help those who are searching now to find the answers to their questions and an end to their searching. Inspire people to be vigilant so that their eyes and ears may see and hear news that will bring hope. Comfort those who feel lonely and sad because the one they love has vanished. be with them in the storm, and guide them in their efforts. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. I will post this on the page that many of you may be watching me on the telekapatrick.com website. That way you guys can have it. And that's really it. Let me go. Well, there's only 3 viewers. Hey people, how are y'all? Anyone have any questions or little comments that they might want to make tonight? If not, I'm going to go ahead and end this webcast. Because I have quite a bit to do tonight, but I did want to stay on schedule with this. And I think Teleka's going to get, I think she's going to be found. You know, I feel like so much energy has been raised in regards to her situation, to where if any danger was around her, I believe that it has been vanquished, really. And I think she's going to be found. I think she'll have quite the account to share. And I hope that she gets on with her life and lives a happy, productive, healthy, stable, just wonderful life. I feel like she deserves that. Alright, well, no one has any questions or anything, so have a great weekend, everyone, and I will see you all later. Oh, one person did make a comment. They wrote that they think God has a greater purpose for her life. Well, I think the purpose of her life is already pretty great, but you know, this entire situation definitely has brought, it's ushered in like another level to her life. Definitely. Definitely. You know, what I think is so wonderful about this whole thing now is that people will be aware as to how brilliant this woman is. I mean, she is a smarty pants. A freaking molecular biologist. That's amazing. That is amazing to me. It's just amazing. It's, you know, before I go, I will just say that it really is a shame that mainstream media has essentially buried that this girl is a molecular biologist in favor of promoting Marvin Sapp. You know, what's that? What is that? Molecular biologist Marvin Sapp. Oh gosh, you know, hadn't heard of Marvin Sapp before Teleka Patrick, and now, since I've heard of Teleka Patrick and now know of Marvin Sapp, I'm still not a Marvin Sapp fan. Never have been, never will be. Okay, do I think Teleka should explain herself? I'll keep it real. I would like to know what happened, because I feel very emotionally invested in this situation. Absolutely. I mean, this entire situation has had me really think about so many things in life. You know, it's opened my eyes to so much. It's, you know, just, I do need to know personally what happened. I don't need to know everything, but I want to know. I definitely want to know. So, you know, some people would differ with me in opinion. They would be like, oh, you know, she deserves privacy. Yeah, you know, I suppose she does. But, you know, when she resurfaces, and I believe she will, handing Teleka Patrick over, telekapatrick.com over to her. Actually, I contacted that investigator. I still haven't heard back from him, because someone claiming to be the family told me that they wanted the website, so I was like, okay, I need to give it to someone to where I know that they're involved in the case officially, because I don't know if you're really his family. So I contacted that Justinian Investigative Services, but I haven't heard back. So I don't really know what happened. How can we keep the momentum going? Well, social media for one thing, and I think that, really, like, I'm looking at the traffic that's coming through to telekapatrick.com daily, okay? And when I first put the website together, of course, because it was new, it was maybe only getting, close to 100 hits a day. Now it's quite a few more hits a day. So that tells me that the interest in Teleka is actually growing and gaining momentum. I'm also able to see the search terms that people are searching for, keywords that bring them to telekapatrick.com. So considering a lot of the search terms that are being utilized, I would definitely say that the momentum and the interest in Teleka Patrick's whereabouts is increasing, not decreasing. I think I think that maybe the family would do quite well to get the word out to other gospel musicians that are not in the same arena as Marvin Sapp. That could increase awareness. I kind of think that maybe Teleka's siblings need to put together a webcast. If they made a webcast here on Ustream, I would feed it right through to telekapatrick.com, and it doesn't need to be me up here conducting this webcast, and I don't mean to be judgmental, but maybe your sister or brother should be doing this. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this webcast now, and if I've offended anybody, I'm sorry. I am opinionated. I don't hold back. That's how I am. But I have been this Teleka Patrick situation has just really opened my eyes. So it's something that I felt the need to contribute to. Alright, I will talk to y'all later, and we can discuss your question next week. The person who just asked the last question. I'll be here on Wednesday, same time. Bye-bye.